Fusako Sano lived with her family in Niigata Prefecture. On November 13, 1990, she went to school like she always did. She was supposed to walk back home, but she never returned. Police opened a missing person case, but unfortunately, they were never able to find her. Most people believed Fusako had been abducted by the North Korean government. No one even considered that an ordinary person could be behind it. But what was the truth? Fusako was abducted on her way home by a 28-year-old man named Nobuki. He threatened her with a knife and forced her into his car, then drove her out of the city. Nobuki took Fusako to his house. His room was upstairs, while his mother lived downstairs. Nobuyuki took Fusako into his room and tied her to a chair with rope. For the first few months, he restrained her with tape, leaving her unable to move, beat her repeatedly. He shaved her hair and gave her very little food so she would stay weak and unable to escape. There was no bathroom in Nobuyuki's room. Fusako was only allowed to use the bathroom or take a shower when his mother was not home. Nobuyuki subjected Fusako to so much physical and psychological abuse that even when the door was left open, she didn't have the courage to try to escape. Meanwhile, Nobuyuki's mother lived downstairs. Several times, at her son's request, she bought clothes and hygiene items for Fusako. He even told her to prepare food for 2 people. Yet she later claimed she never realized Fusako was being kept in the house. Fusako was only 9 years old when she was abducted, which meant she couldn't defend herself. Whenever she disobeyed Nobuyuki's rules, he punished her using a stun device and physical abuse. Nobuyuki had lost his father at the age of 27. After that, he became unemployed, unstable, and increasingly aggressive. 6 years after Fusako was kidnapped, Nobuyuki's mother contacted the police, saying her son was violent and that she feared he might hurt her. But no one followed up on the report. 4 years later, Nobuyuki's mother contacted the police again. But once again, nothing was done. Eventually, she lost her patience and called back, saying the police had to come in person. She was afraid of Nobuyuki and wanted the officers to discover Fusako themselves. When the police arrived, Nobuyuki completely lost control. He started screaming and panicking, which immediately made the officers suspicious. They searched the entire house. That's when they found a 19-year-old girl in one of the rooms. In the end, Fusako was freed in the year 2000, after nearly 10 years in captivity. For the first time in a decade, she stepped out of that room. Her body was extremely weak. She had barely been exposed to sunlight and suffered from severe vitamin deficiencies. She was also not mentally prepared for society. Her behavior was still like that of a 9-year-old child. Fusako had only been connected to the outside world through the radio, so she was unaware of many changes that had happened over the years. She eventually managed to finish school and even get a driver's license. But according to those close to her, she never truly became the same person she once was. What was strange was that there was no evidence of sexual assault against Fusako. Nobuyuki himself claimed that his feelings toward her were not sexual, but something else, an abnormal kind of attachment. Nobuyuki was sentenced to 14 years in prison. He was released in 2015 and lived quietly, away from the media, in a small apartment. In his 50s, his dead body was found there,